Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Discontinued Doll Lines, where today I will be talking about Once Upon a Zombie, La Dee Da, and Hi Glamm. Let's get started. Once Upon a Zombie. The Once Upon a Zombie doll line is one of the most important parts of the success of this franchise. Designed in 2012 by the Toon Studio of Beverly Hills and produced in 2013 by Huawei. The dolls first came out with a core line composed of the 6 main characters. Quickly prototypes of other characters started to show up. The concept was simple but unique. Classic fairy tale princesses reimagined as stylish zombies. Instead of perfectly happily ever afters, these dolls showed a darker, edgy version of well-known characters. Design and style. Each doll was inspired by a famous fairy tale like Snow White, Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, and Rapunzel. They kept recognizable elements like dresses, colors, or accessories, but added zombie details such as pale skin, stitch designs, dramatic makeup, and distressed clothing. Even though they were zombies, the designs leaned more fashion goth than scary, making them appealing to collectors and teens. Doll features. The dolls were about 11 inches tall, had articulated joints, and came with their themed outfits and accessories. Some also included stands and hairbrushes. Their faces had expressive eyes and stylized makeup that really set them apart from traditional princess dolls. Reception and popularity. Once Upon a Zombie gained attention for being bold and different, especially during a time when dark fantasy and gothic aesthetics were trending. While the line didn't last very long, it developed a cult following, and many dolls are now considered collectibles. The Once Upon a Zombie webtoon series. In addition to the dolls, Once Upon a Zombie also had an animated webtoon-style series on YouTube. The series expanded the story behind the characters, showing their lives after the fairy tales didn't end the way we remember. The episodes were short, stylized, and focused on the characters' relationships, friendships, and finding identity in a world where they're no longer perfect princesses. The storytelling helped fans connect more deeply with the dolls and gave the line its unique universe. Why they're still loved? Fans still love Once Upon a Zombie because it challenged traditional fairy tale imagery and showed that dolls don't always have to be sweet and perfect. It combines storytelling, fashion, and alternative aesthetics in a way that felt fresh and creative. So that's a quick look at the Once Upon a Zombie doll line. Let me know in the comments which character was your favorite, or if you'd like to see a reboot of this line someday. La Dee Da.
Dee and her BFFs started their own fashion label called La Dee Da.
La Dee Da is a line of fashion dolls first released by Spin Master in August 2012. It centers around a group of friends, Dee being the leader, that created a fashion label to go off their designs. They're about 10 inches tall, with a stylized look featuring large heads, big eyes, and unique clothing, giving them a fun, whimsical style that stood apart from other doll lines at the time. Characters and story. The line centers around 4 main friends. Dee, the leader and founder of the fashion label obsessed with design and creativity. Ty Lee, a creative friend with strong fashion ideas. Cien, or Cyan. The group stylist and hairstylist loves girly looks. Sloan, a fashion exerciser and styling queen. LeBon, this fashionable puppy who even has outfits in some releases. The backstory is that these teens are fashion design school students who take inspiration from everyday life like travel parties, garden suites, and more, turning it into a creative clothes and accessories for themselves and friends. Doll collections and themes. La Dee Da had multiple theme releases, each with unique outfits and stories. The first doll was City Girl D, featuring a New York-inspired outfit with mix-and-match elements and interchangeable styles. Sweet Party, a colorful candy-themed collection celebrating Dee's sweet 16th birthday with fun, bright outfits inspired by sweets. Runway Bouquet, dolls based on world travel and global fashion, like outfits inspired by Tokyo, Paris, India, and Africa. Garden Tea Party, garden-inspired outfits for a stylish afternoon tea with flowers and themed designs. There were also fashion packs and accessories including outfits for Levon, the dog, and some unreleased sets seen in concept art. History and timeline. The dolls were launched in summer 2012 with promotional events and an interactive web presence, including games, character bios, and creative activities. The official website eventually went offline, and the dolls were discontinued in the late 2010s, with no clear reason given. Although the line was short-lived, fans still remember the dolls for their fashion creativity and unique designs. And lastly, Hi Glamm.
Hello girl, do you wanna be a glam? We can walk all around the world. Hi glam, hi glam, hi glam.
Hi Glamm is a series of vinyl fashion dolls released in 2007. The debut release included 5 super long leg dolls that were also marketed by an Italian toy company called the Giochi Preziosi Group. The line featured vinyl fashion dolls with unusual long legs and trendy aesthetics. Styling features, the dolls were around 12 inches tall with super long legs, compared with other fashion dolls, a unique stylized body shape. They were vinyl dolls with fashion-centric outfits and themes. The packaging describes the dolls as special ordinary girls, a slogan meant to highlight everyday personality, traits like fashion love, emotion, or style interest. The dolls had names like Nicole, Pam, Alex, Julia, and Kit, but information about exact waves and additional accessories scarce because Hi Glamm wasn't widely documented at the time of release. Collectors online note that the design seems to draw inspiration from older leggy dolls, styles of the past, which focus on exaggerated long legs as a fun aesthetic. Release and distribution. Hi Glamm dolls were released in 2007 but had very limited commercial success. In the United States, only a few dolls from the first wave seem to have made it into the stores before the line disappeared. In Europe, some dolls were available through outlets and discount stores, where collectors today occasionally find them. Because the line was short-lived and had limited releases, information about packaging variants, complete waves, or official character bios is sparse online. Many details today are shared by doll collectors on forums and Reddit. Why they're obscure? Hi Glamm didn't stick around very long. There are no official websites, animated shows, or major media tie-ins, like many other doll lines of the time. Because they never became popular, documentation and marketing materials are limited. So much of what collectors know today comes from secondary markets, thrift stores, and fan posts. Some collectors enjoy customizing missing outfits or creating their own backstories. Hi Glamm dolls were a short-lived fashion doll line from around 2007. The MGA dolls seem to have very little success on the shelves, and as far as I know, there were no additional releases in the US. It's not so easy to find these dolls anymore. The pickings on eBay are slim, and the few dolls on Amazon tend to be overpriced. And that wraps up today's deep dive into these iconic doll lines. Even though they're discontinued, they left a big mark on fashion doll history and collectors' hearts. If you remember these dolls or own one growing up, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your memories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.